Let's talk about some of the rumors that have been spread about me so far in high school. I'm making this video because it's come to my attention that some people literally still believe this stuff, and it's hilarious. We'll start out with the one that was literally commented on my video the other day saying how weird I was for doing this thing. This was like my sophomore or junior year, and on this particular day, some guy and some girl decided to get frisky in the parking lot in the morning. The girl who I thought was my friend started the rumor that it was me and some random guy. First of all, I'm late to school every day. I don't even get there early enough to be taking part in whatever was taking place. Secondly, the guy that she said I did it with had never even seen my car before. Like, what? So yeah, this was a real thing that I literally had to talk to teachers about and find out who it was. Sorry to burst your bubble, it wasn't me. I know exactly who it was now, and I'm not the type to get frisky in the morning in a school parking lot. Sorry. This same girl has spread multiple lies about me, such as I cheated on my boyfriend, and someone else spread the same thing about my boyfriend. So what actually happened with my boyfriend's rumor was this guy that wasn't even a part of my boyfriend's friend group, but he hung out with them on spring break for a night or two, and he cheated on his girlfriend, and when his girlfriend found out, he brought everyone else down with him and said that they all did it too. All those boys were cuffed, and none of them even went out on that night. So how low do you have to be? And the girl that spread my rumor literally cheated on her boyfriend on a cruise ship and told me it wasn't true, so I texted the guy that my friend knew it was. So her little scandal was true, and she brought me down and brought my friend down saying that she did stuff as well, when I can tell you that is just absurd. And the same girl spread a rumor about me that I was pregnant, and she spread one about my friend that she was pregnant. She was literally the only one having scares of her own. I don't even know what she was talking about. It wasn't even a possibility, and I just remember standing in the student section and someone yelling out, "Kendall's pregnant!" I was in shock, and when I found out where they heard that from, no wonder why we're not friends anymore. Next rumor that was hard for me to get out of is there was a rumor that I was caught vaping in the bathrooms, because a ton of people saw me crying with police officers, and it was because of my own family issues. It had nothing to do with school. A ton of people saw me crying with the cops and just started the rumor that I was vaping in the bathrooms. I don't vape. I've really never touched a vape. I never will vape. How do you get yourself out of a situation when you can't even talk about what was actually going on? You know what I'm saying? People just always have their 2 cents to put in, and I bet you a lot of people think I'm the worst person in the world. And that's not an assumption. I literally have people commenting on my TikToks about all these rumors that apparently happened, and that I shouldn't have this platform, and that my life is going nowhere, and that I'm a bully and a liar. Katie Ritchie, Katie Fang, all of them say if you have people from your school making hate accounts just for you, no, you're doing something right. And obviously everyone's had their fair share of scandals. Yes, I've had things happen, but I'm literally an adult now, and I'm so past my high school years, and I still have 4 months left. And it's just funny to me that people still cling to things about me since sophomore year. I'm a very quiet person now. I just stick to my own business. I'm just trying to get out of high school. I don't hate anyone. I don't have hard feelings about anyone. The only bad thing about me is I have a really bad RBF, so people probably do think I'm a B-word. But I can't be smiling all the time. Anyway, there's a crap ton more that I know of, and I'm sure there's billions more that I don't even know of. I'm all ready to go. My hair needs to fall still. It looks kind of crazy. Going on a date day with my boyfriend. We're gonna go to Cheesecake Factory and get slushies, and then we're gonna go see a movie. I also need to go to Target, so it's going to be a long, fun day. So hopefully you guys have a good day, and hopefully this was entertaining. Let me know if you want more about this stuff. Peace out. Love you. Bye.
I saw a video of a girl asking if you've ever had a friend that just hated you, and I thought this was my time to shine. So I went through a lot of different friend groups and best friends and stuff throughout my whole life, but I had one friend that I had for 7 years and one friend that I had for 4. And the friend I had for 7 years I started becoming friends with this other girl in high school, and I just introduced the 2 of them together, so then all 3 of us became a trio. And one weird thing about my school was that we didn't have, people weren't just, friends with just one other person. There weren't a whole lot of that. It was a lot of big groups. So even though we weren't popular, everybody knew of us because we were that weird group that the weird trio. I'm telling you, even teachers knew not to separate us because we were going to back together. So fast forward to senior prom, we're gonna call them Rachel and Ashley. Rachel and Ashley went to Ashley's house and decided that they were gonna get ready together, and I got ready at my house. Now this made sense because Ashley lived pretty far out, and I had a hair appointment in the middle of the day, so it didn't really make sense to drive all the way out there, drive back into town, drive back out there. I just got ready at my house. And if you've seen my prom pictures, you know I did Lady Gaga's Met Gala look for prom. Skipping blush and highlight because I'm doing that in a different video. So I finished my makeup, and I text a picture of it to Rachel. And she's like, oh, you need to take that off. You cannot wear that. That is embarrassing. Like, we do not want to be seen with that. And I'm just like, no, like, I spent 2 hours on it. I did not have time to take it off. I was like, no. And she was like, okay, well, then we're not going to come get you. Now, my parents had my car because one of their cars was in the shop. And I was like, you have to come get me or I can't get there. So begrudgingly, they come to my house and they pick me up. And then we meet all of our parents to go do pictures. Now, when we get there, they take one picture with me. Also, no, the whole drive over, they did not talk to me or acknowledge me. So they take one picture with me, then I get sprayed by a sprinkler and I get soaked. So now I'm crying. They do not care. They have better things to do. And then at this point, the parents are finding this weird because I'm being like completely overlooked and that's never happened before. At least that they've seen. So all the parents are like, are you okay? What's going on? I'm like, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. So we finish pictures and say farewell to our parents. So then we go to dinner. It's the most awkward thing ever. No one talks to me. So I'm just like, okay, when I get to prom, I'll find other people. At prom, some other girls hang out with us, so it's fine. It doesn't feel too awkward. Then when we get in the car to leave, Ashley looks at Rachel and is like, hey, do you want to spend the night at my house? And Rachel's like, yeah, I'd love to. So Ashley goes, great. We'll drop Allie off and then we will go to my house. And that's exactly what happened.
Get ready with me while I explain to you guys why you can't trust literally anybody. I feel like I just have really bad luck with friends. Also, before you guys assume this is not a hickey, I burned myself with the beach waiver. Like, I promise it's a burn. Anyway, there's this guy that I was dating. I was dating him for about a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. I don't really remember. But at that time, I was also really, really close with this one girl. Also, I'm not going to name drop. I wanted to, but I'm not going to because it's really not that deep. To sum up how close we were, if someone couldn't get a hold of me, they called her. If they couldn't get a hold of her, they called me. Because we were always together. Anyways, me and him ended, and then not too much longer later, me and her just, like, fell apart. Like, nothing happened between us, like, no beef, no drama, no nothing. We just really stopped talking for a while. Recently, around the beginning of October, she slid up on one of my stories, and then we kind of just, like, caught up and started talking again. And then the bond that we had before, like, literally came back within an instant because we were so freaking close. And, like, you can't really erase that. Like, we were literal sisters. We talked every single day, hung almost every single day, but let's skip the backstory, the boring stuff, and let's get to the point. She stayed the night the day before New Year's Eve and then was at my house New Year's Eve morning. I had plans that morning, so she ended up going home just for a little bit, and then we planned on meeting back up and getting ready for this party. We were texting all day. We were so excited about the party, and then randomly she's like, oh, sorry, like, I have plans with my family. And I'm like, girl, don't even worry about it. Like, I'll just go out by myself. Family is more important. Like, of course. The party that we were gonna go to together was, like, really far, so I didn't want to go without her, so I was trying to find, like, another party to go to. I ended up finding one that was really close, after everyone was posting about it, and literally everyone was there. And I was like, okay, everyone's there. I mean, I'm going by myself, but I know a lot of people. It's fine, whatever, let me just go. Because, like, I didn't want to do nothing on New Year's Eve. So I get there, I found all my people, like, I'm having a really freaking good time, and I want to say at least 45 minutes to an hour goes by, and I'm over here catching up with one of my other friends, and I'm talking about how much I miss my ex, and she goes, girl, he's downstairs with so-and-so. I start laughing. I'm like, no, she's with her family. Like, haha, good try. Thinking it was a literal joke. Like, I literally thought it was a literal joke. I go downstairs and she's sitting, like, in the corner behind the pool table on his lap in a chair. In that moment, I'm, like, really freaking confused because I'm like, she just told me that she had a family thing to go to. Like, why did she lie to me? But, like, also in that moment, my heart completely shatters because I'm like, I was just talking about how much I miss him and my best friend is sitting on his lap right now. I want to say, like, best friend. Like, I don't know what you classify as best friend, but we were getting really, really close again. And if you guys know me, you guys watch my TikToks, before any of you guys ask, no, it's not Haley or Charlie. I just haven't really hung out with either of them. Still love them so much. I see Charlie tomorrow, so y'all will probably see her too. Anyways, back to the story. She made direct eye contact with me and then hurry up and looked away and acted like she didn't even see me. He gets up and he comes over and he's like, yo, nice to see you. Talking to my other friend, talking to the other friend, talking to the dude behind us. And I'm like, he just touched my hand. Like, we're gonna get married again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was, like, heartbroken in this moment because, like, what was that? She walks to the opposite side of the basement and goes up those flight of steps to, like, avoid us. And I'm talking to him, like, having a normal conversation. Like, obviously, like, if he's with her, I'm not gonna flirt with him, even though that was my man and my best friend. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. But I'm, like, talking to him and I'm like, oh, so, like, you and so-and-so? He was like, yeah, we've been together for, like, 2 months. You didn't know? In my mind, I'm like, that dab up meant nothing. I thought we were gonna get married. He just dabbed me up. We're gonna get married. Nope, it meant nothing. I'm just kidding. Let me stop being delusional. Anyways, back to the story. We had been friends for over 2 months. Like, been close again for over 2 months. And she never once mentioned that she was dating my ex. Yeah. One that she would tell me to leave in the beginning over and over and how he's no good for me. Anyways, fast forward. She didn't talk to me the entire party and then blocked me. Like, I texted her and I was like, hey. That's all I said was, hey. Balat. She blocked me, and I'm not gonna go chasing after anybody. Obviously she was no good, because what was that? She could stay in 2023. That was so cringy of me to say, but she can stay in 2023, because 2024 she will not be in. It's low-key not that deep because he was my ex, but you are supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my best friend. I feel so embarrassed because I had been, like, sobbing about him to her. Not sobbing, but, like, I miss him. Like, I want a bad girl. Like, we should go on a 2-man and, like, invite him, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she's in a relationship with him. Like, I look so stupid sitting here crying about him to her when she's dating the man. Or talking to him. I don't know. He just said we have been together for over 2 months. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Ah! Like, why? Why? In my opinion, no matter what, that's a violation of girl code to, like, date your best friend's ex. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I'm not going to lose my best friend over a boy, so I wouldn't have really cared if she didn't lie to me about it and then blocked me because I texted her, hey. Anyways, guys, that's all. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I just had a rant real quick because... let me tell you, that had me heated. Peace out, guys. Bye.
I got caught in 6th grade. In 6th grade, this new boy comes into our school, and I am absolutely feral for boys at this point. Like, I was dating the whole school, and I was like, this will be my man, no matter what. I go up to him, and we absolutely hit it off, and we actually do decide to date that day. I mean, he wanted me, because I was that bitch. At one point, we even went to Lagoon together. I mean, like, me and him were serious. Like, we were hanging out all the time. And we went to Lagoon together, and his mom took us, and my mom picked us up. And I was poor at the time, so it was really hard to try and get my mom to let me go to Lagoon because it was so expensive. I know I wasn't that bitch. I thought I was significantly more that bitch before, but anyways, yeah, that was me, and that was in 2015. And this is gonna be the weirdest thing I ever said, but one time I hit him with a trampoline pole, and he started crying, and I had this really weird thing for boys who cried. Like, there was a guy in my class who he cried because he didn't pass a test, and I was like, you're beautiful. So maybe that was my first, like, sign of a weird kink. Part 2.
Jealous girlfriend syndrome is real, and I too once fell victim to it. When my boyfriend and I first got together, we were literally 15. He was my first serious relationship that wasn't like a middle school relationship. So when other girls started going after my boyfriend, I was like, what is this fiery rage boiling up inside of me? Like, it literally made my blood boil. But I never ever showed it on the outside, so I figured it's okay as long as I suppress it and I keep my cool. But then there was this one time. So rewind just a few months before I met my boyfriend. He had this best friend that he used to see a lot, and my boyfriend's sister and his best friend's sister also got along pretty well, so they would like all four hang out. So when my boyfriend and I started dating, his sister spilled the tea to me about my boyfriend's old best friend's sister. Let's just call her Haley. So my boyfriend's sister tells me that Haley was obsessed with my boyfriend. Keep in mind, this is still before we started dating, and the way that my boyfriend's sister found this out was one time she was going with my boyfriend to his best friend's house, and Haley says to my boyfriend's sister, come in my room real quick, I want to show you something. So she follows her in there, and Haley had taped pictures of my boyfriend to her wall, like she had fully printed them out and hung them up. But what's even weirder is in all of the photos he was asleep. So naturally my boyfriend's sister is like, where did you get those pictures? And Haley's like, oh, I took them of him while he was sleeping. Fast forward to when me and my boyfriend are dating. He had stopped hanging out with that friend for other reasons. And on one random Tuesday, me and my boyfriend and his sister all decide to go to the mall. So we're in Barnes & Noble, and my boyfriend's like holding this book open, and his sister and I are like looking over his shoulder at the book. I don't even know what we were talking about. And there's this girl that starts kind of also peering over, looking at the book he's reading, and she says something to us really, really quietly, but it was like about the book. And all of us kind of turn to look at this girl, and we're like, what? On God, I actually don't remember what she said about the book, but it was something about one of the main characters or some interesting fact because she had read it. And we were all kind of like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. And then she starts to walk away because we were upstairs, so she's walking towards like the escalator to go back down. So she starts going down, and then she stops, runs back up and back towards us. We're gonna call my boyfriend's ex-best friend Chad for the sake of the story. And she goes, oh, and Chad says hi. And then she turned around super quick before anyone had time to say anything back and like ran back down the escalator. So I look at my boyfriend and my sister, and I'm like, what? What was that? And my boyfriend's sister's like, Jessie, that was Haley. And then I was like, oh. I look at my boyfriend, and he just goes, oh wait, really? I didn't really look at her. I also thought it was weird that she said Chad says hi because she didn't have time to like talk to her brother from when she had seen us in the bookstore. I honestly just think she just wanted us to know it was her because this happened like at least a year later. That was definitely not the first time something like that has happened. Don't even get me started on the girl that used to join an Xbox party with my boyfriend just so she could complain about her boyfriend to him. And then months later went around telling everyone that my boyfriend and her were best friends even though my boyfriend hadn't talked to her in months. He blocked her. So that's a story for another day. I learned when you're secure in your relationship, you're with someone who's trustworthy,
be. At the end of the day, you won. So that thought process and knowing that I'm secure in my partner are the two things that help me overcome feeling any type of jealousy when that type of stuff happens. But on the other hand, if you can't trust your partner, and if you're worried that if another girl pursues him, he'll leave you for her, leave first.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls always over blush. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls are always in a rush.
Hey y'all, get ready with me. I am super duper late to school because you are not going to believe what happened to me this morning. So I woke up at a pretty decent time, and all of a sudden I wake up with my ear bleeding. Y'all see this hole right now? Y'all see this hole? Yes, I woke up with my ear bleeding. And at first, my earring, I had my second piercing, and it wasn't there. I was like, what happened to it, right? And I woke up with it, like, hurting. And I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense because the earring backing is there. And at first, I was kind of slow with it. I was like, wait, what? Maybe I, like, tossed and turned in my sleep. And, like, it yanked off because it was bleeding. And I was, like, really scared because I was like, what the hell? I was putting tissue on it and everything. But then I realized that the backing is still on my ear. Like, the butterfly backing that it has and, like, the earring, like, the backing of the earring. So I was like, no way. No way. I felt my ear and the earring was stuck in my ear. I'm about to show y'all the earring. Alright, so this is what the earring's supposed to look like. This was stuck in my ear. Like, this whole part was stuck in my ear. I was feeling it, bro, and there was, like, a ball in my ear. And I was like, no way. I had to think twice. And at that same period of time when it happened, when I was trying to, like, wiggle it out, I was feeling sick all of a sudden. So that was an extra 10 minutes that I could have used for getting ready. And I'm so late to school, y'all. It is 8:11. So this was the earring that was stuck in my ear. And this is what it's supposed to look like. Yo, when I felt it, I was like, no way. Like, it was just no way. Like, no way that was stuck in my ear, bro. No way. And on top of that, at that same time when I was, like, wiggling out and trying to, like, get it out, I was feeling sick too. So I was, like, on the toilet for a good, like, 10 minutes. But then my dad came with tweezers and stuff like that, and he was just, you know, yanking it out. He put ice on it to numb it and everything. It was just a whole big process, bro. It just took up. I'm surprised I didn't have to go to the doctor, but he got it out. It's just swollen. It's so swollen now. Like, oh my God. But yeah, that was just an interesting morning. Y'all do not understand how late to school I am. I'm so late. It is 8:14, and I'm supposed to be there by 8:30, and I still haven't done my hair yet.
We ain't showing no remorse. That's what life is. I broke her back in the mid-back.
Chef G, I put this on it, some bacitracin, and yeah, and I put peroxide on it too to make sure that it doesn't get infected any more than it is. But yeah. These gummies are so good. They're not even gummies, they're multivitamins. I've been eating them like a candy though. I need to stop doing that. For real though, I gotta lock in because I'm mad late. It's 8:20 right now. Ooh, I already have mad latenesses already. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a detention. Whew. Whoa. You're late as fuck. It is 8:28 right now. I'm supposed to be there, but you know, one thing about me is I'm gonna take my time when I get ready. The fuck. But thank God I have a free first period, so I won't be late to like any classes, just to my homeroom. But yeah, I'm almost done here. I'm just gonna like brush my hair, and yeah, that's the hairstyle for today, y'all. Something calm, you know, something new. Actually, I never tried like the slick back over here, but yeah, y'all, I need to go. Oh my God, I keep saying that, but I'm really just gonna keep taking my time, like. Just do my lashes, you know, brushing them. Alright, so I'm about to leave. So, alright, so thank y'all for watching. Bye, pretties and uglies.
Get ready with me while I talk about the time that I got caught with a boy in my room at the age of 14 by my dad and stepdad. It all started freshman year when I had this boyfriend, and I posted on my story, swipe up for TBH. and a rate. He had, of course, swiped up on my story, and I gave him his TBH, and it was like a pretty good paragraph, and towards the end I put something along the lines of, I'll sneak you in one day. And I was very, very all talk. I really did not mean what I said, but he thought I was being dead serious, and, you know, he never let me forget it. He would always bring it up and would always be like, so are you gonna let me just come in? Like, he was very pushy about it, so I kind of felt forced to, but I never did until the whole COVID thing happened. Let me just explain my situation. I had been living with my mom while doing my online studies through Zoom, and I would visit my dad and stepmom every Thursday and Friday. And one day I was there, and long story short, I snuck him in, and it was successful. Let me just say I was never really slick with it because I had done it multiple times, and I thought I was getting really good at it. But let me just say, one time my dad found my window screen on the floor outside, and another time I guess there was a shoe print on my wall and my stepmom had saw it. Now my dad was pretty naive about finding my fucking window screen on the floor because I basically just told him like, oh, it got really hot and like I tried opening the window and it fell. He believed me, so that was that. My stepmom, she never mentioned the shoe print to me, but it did raise her suspicion. Anyway, so she had her suspicions, but again, she never told me anything, so I thought I was being a slick ass bitch. I was not. But anyways, let me just preface that I was pretty good at doing it. You know, not a flex or anything, but I was pretty fucking good at it. I was pretty slick about it. You know, I would always tell him like to come at like 3 a.m. because I knew that everyone would be like dead fucking asleep. But as time slowly started to pass, like I started decreasing the time because I thought I was just so good at being sneaky. Sorry, y'all, I had to change the angle because my knees were on fire. But anyways, I started decreasing the time. Like, I would tell him, like, oh, like, I guess you could come at, like, 1. I guess you could come at 2. Or, like, sometimes I would be, like, 12, which was a stretch because sometimes my dad and stepmom would still be awake. But I didn't really give a fuck because I just thought I was that good. Even though I wasn't, obviously, I wasn't slick enough. But I thought I was because I would turn on the ceiling fan and I would turn on Netflix and kind of just have like some type of volume there to mask our voice. Don't be fucking dirty. I know you thought some dirty shit. It was not Netflix and chill. But anyways, go to part 2 for the rest.